Most people think they have a focus problem. They do not. They have a system problem. And there is a very big difference between the two. Here is what nobody tells you. Your brain is not broken. It was simply never given the right conditions to do deep focused work. The environment, the timing, the structure, all of it matters enormously, and most people have none of it. In this video, I'm going to give you the exact system that high performers use to build deep focus on demand. Not tips, not hacks. A complete repeatable system that works whether you feel motivated or not. Let us start with the problem. The average knowledge worker checks their phone or inbox every 6 minutes. Every 6 minutes. That means in a standard 8-hour working day, they are interrupted over 80 times, and each interruption costs more than just those seconds. Research from the University of California, Irvine, found it takes an average of 23 minutes to fully return to a task after an interruption. 23 minutes. So if you are being interrupted 80 times a day, you are essentially never in deep focus at all. The focus system I'm about to show you is built on 4 pillars: environment, timing, ritual, and protection. Every high performer who produces consistently operates within all 4 of these pillars, even if they have never consciously named them. Let us go through each one. Pillar 1 is environment. Where you work is not neutral. Your brain reads every object in your visual field as a data point. A cluttered workspace activates a low-grade stress response that consumes cognitive bandwidth continuously. You do not notice it happening, but it is happening every single second you sit in that space. Research confirms that a clean, intentionally designed workspace measurably reduces cortisol levels and increases attentional capacity within minutes of entering it. Tonight, before you sleep, do this one thing. Clear every surface of your workspace. Place only what belongs to tomorrow's single most important task. Close everything else. That 5-minute action is worth more than any productivity app you will ever download. Quick pause here. If this has already given you clarity on why your focus has been inconsistent, there is a complete breakdown of this system and everything that surrounds it inside the high-performance blueprint. It covers environment design, timing frameworks, morning architecture, recovery protocols, and everything in between. The link is in the description below this video. Now, let us keep going. We are only halfway through the system. Pillar 2 is timing. Not all hours are equal. Your brain moves through ultradian rhythms, cycles of approximately 90 to 120 minutes of peak cognitive capacity, followed by a natural trough of lower capacity. Most people fight these rhythms. They try to force deep work in a trough period, and then wonder why it feels impossible. High performers work with these rhythms. They schedule their most cognitively demanding work inside the peak window, and they protect it as if it were a non-negotiable meeting. The practical application is simple. Identify your natural peak window. For most people, this is within the first 2 to 3 hours after waking. Guard this window completely. No meetings, no email, no phone. One task. That is your deep work block. Pillar 3 is ritual. A ritual is not a routine. A routine is something you do repeatedly. A ritual is something your nervous system learns to interpret as a signal to enter a specific state. When you perform the same sequence of actions before every deep work session, the same environment, the same first object you reach for, the same physical position, your brain begins to wire that sequence as a trigger for focus. Over time, the ritual alone begins to bring the state. This is one of the most powerful and underused performance tools available. Your ritual can be as simple as this. Make the same coffee, sit in the same chair, open the notebook before the laptop, wind the timer, begin. The specific actions matter less than the consistency of repeating the exact same sequence every time. Pillar 4 is protection. This is arguably the most important pillar and the one most people completely neglect. Building a focus environment, timing your peak window, and establishing a ritual all become worthless the moment you allow interruptions in. Protection means actively eliminating every possible source of distraction before the work block begins, not managing distractions during it. Managing a distraction while inside the work block is already too late. The damage is done the moment the distraction reaches your attention. The pre-block checklist. Written down. Done before you sit. Phone in another room. Not silenced. Gone. Browser tabs closed. Notebook open. Timer set. One output written. When this checklist is complete, you sit down inside a fully protected environment. Nothing can reach you. Now begin. Now let us talk about the deep work block itself. 90 minutes is the scientifically established peak duration for sustained cognitive output. Not 2 hours, not 4 hours. 90 minutes of complete uninterrupted single-task focus produces more real output than most people produce in an entire working day. Now let us put all 4 pillars together into one complete day design. Here is what a high-performance day actually looks like when all 4 pillars are operating. Wake. Ritual begins immediately. Environment already prepared from the night before. 90-minute deep work block in the peak window. Phone eliminated. Timer running. One output written at the top of the notebook. Block completes. 20 minutes genuine recovery. Then, and only then, email, messages, meetings. This is not a perfect day. It is a design day, and a design day beats a reactive day every time. Let us be clear about something. You do not need this to be perfect. You do not need to wake at 5:30 exactly. You do not need 90 minutes if you have 60. What you need is the structure. The 4 pillars operating consistently, even imperfectly, will outperform even the most motivated unstructured approach every single week. The reason most people never build this system is not because it is difficult. It is because it requires a decision, a commitment to designing how you will operate, not reacting to what arrives. That decision, made once and renewed daily, is the entire difference between a person who performs consistently and a person who performs occasionally. The reason this system works is not complicated. It removes every variable that your willpower would otherwise have to manage. When the environment is right, when the timing is right, when the ritual fires, when the interruptions are gone, your brain has no choice but to do what it was built to do. Focus is the default, not the goal. If you have found value in this video and want to go further, the High Performance Blueprint takes everything in this video and builds it into a complete operating system for your entire working life. Environment, timing, morning architecture, recovery, identity, and the long-term performance frameworks that make all of this sustainable. It is the most complete resource I have built for people serious about closing the gap between where they are and what they are capable of. The link is in the description below this video. Check it out when you are ready.